Again welcome my dear students of class 11. Now I am going to start the poem number 9, The Spider and the Fly, in detail. I am going to elaborate it. Please open your books and try to understand. The Spider and the Fly by Mary Botham Howitt. Actually, this is a fable. Fable means what? A fictitious narrative intended to enforce some useful truth, usually with animals. So I hope that you understood the meaning of fable. A fictitious narrative intended to enforce some useful truth, usually with animals. Animals' character. By taking the examples of animals, message is conveyed. Here, now let's start the poem. Will you walk into my parlor? Said the spider to the fly. Said the spider to the fly, will you walk into my parlor? Will you come into my drawing room? Parlor means here drawing room. A drawing room is what? Drawing room is his web. It is the prettiest little parlor that ever you did spy. This is the prettiest, most beautiful little parlor that ever you did see. The way into my parlor is up a winding stair, zigzag stair. The way into my parlor is up a winding stair, a zigzag stair, and I have many pretty things, many rare things to show when you are there. I will show you many rare things, very unique things when you will be there. Oh no, no, said the little fly. To ask me is in vain. She said, no, no. The little fly said, no, no. To ask me is in vain. To request me to go in the parlor is in vain. It is futile. It is worthless. For who goes up your winding stair? One who goes up in your winding stair in zigzag stair can never come down again. She says, one who goes up your winding stair can never come down again. So I will not go. I will not come to your parlor. I am sure you must be weary, dear, with soaring up so high. Will you rest upon my little bed? Said the spider to the fly. The spider said to the fly, I am sure you must be weary, you must be tired, dear, because of soaring very high. You must be tired. You must be tired. So, you must rest upon my little bed. So he asked that, will you rest upon my little bed? Said the spider to the fly. There are pretty curtains drawn around. The sheets are fine and thin. The ropes are fine and thin. The sheets are fine and thin, fine and delicate. And if you like to rest a while, I will snugly tuck you in. I will comfortably put you in if you want to rest a while. Oh no, no, said the little fly, for I have often heard it said, what? They never wake again who sleep upon your bed. It is said, I have heard sometimes, that they never wake again. Those who entered those who entered in your parlor, in your web, they never wake again who sleep upon your bed. Said the cunning spider to the fly. Said the clever, artful spider to the fly, dear friend, what can I do to prove the warm affection I have always felt for you? What should I do? What should I do to prove the warm affection, the warm love that I have always felt for you? I have within my pantry. Pantry means a small room used for storing food. I have within my pantry good store of all that's nice. I have very nice, very tasty, very yummy things in it. I am sure you are welcome. Will you please to take a slice? Will you please to come and take a piece of that tasty things? Oh, no, said the little fly. Kind sir, that cannot be. It is not possible for me. I can't come in your parlor. I can't come in your web. I have heard words in your pantry and I do not wish to see. I have heard words in your pantry. It means he has nothing in his pantry, in his storeroom, and I do not wish to see. I have no desire to see whatever you have in your storeroom. Sweet creature, said the spider, you are witty, you are clever, and you are wise. Now he is appreciating again in another tone. Sweet creature, said the spider, you are witty, you are clever, and you are wise. How handsome, how pretty are your gauzy wings, are your transparent wings. How brilliant are your eyes, how shining are your eyes. Your eyes shines very much. I have a little looking glass upon your parlor shelf. I have a little looking glass upon my parlor shelf. I have a mirror upon my parlor shelf. If you will step in one moment, dear, you shall behold yourself. You shall take a glimpse of yourself. I thank you, gentle sir, she said. The fly said, I thank you, gentle sir, for what you are pleased to say. And bidding and saying you good morning now, I will call another day. I would like to bid you good morning, and as I have no time, so I will come another day. The spider turned him round about and went into his den, went into his dirty cell, for well he knew the foolish fly would soon be back again. He knew. So he wove a subtle, skillful web in a little corner, slyly, secretly, and set his table ready to dine upon the fly. Then he came out to his door again, and merrily and cheerfully sang a song. Come hither, hither, pretty fly, with the pearl and silver wing. You have pearl and silver-like wing. Your robes are green and purple. There is a crest, there is a design, there is a particular design upon your head. Your eyes are like the diamond bright, but mine are dull as lead. Mine are unattractive as lead, but yours like a diamond. It is as bright as diamond. Alas, alas, how very soon this silly little fly, hearing his wily flattering words, deceitful flattering words, came slowly flitting by, came slowly flying by, with buzzing wings, with fluttering, with buzzing sound. Wings she hung aloft, then nearer and nearer drew, closer and closer drew, thinking only of her brilliant eyes. The foolish fly was thinking only about her brilliant eyes and green and purple hue, green and purple color. Up jumped the cunning spider. Up jumped the cunning spider and fiercely, firmly held her fast. He dragged her up his winding stair into his dismal, dark den, within his little parlor, but she never came out again. And now, dear children, now this is the moral of the poem. And now, little children who made this story read, to idle, silly, flattering words, I pray you never give heed. To idle, silly, and flattering words. There are three things the poet says here. To these things, idleness, to idle, silly, and flattering words, I pray you never give attention unto an evil counselor and a wicked person who gives you some advice. Close heart and ear and eye. When a wicked person who gives you some advice, as he is wicked, so he won't give good advice. So close your heart, your ear and eye, and take a lesson from this tale, from this story of the spider and the fly. So students, by this way the poem ends. If you have any problem, please ask me, and I request you to attend the class, be regular as much as possible. Thank you so much.